Hello and welcome to Riversing TV. This is Newbie Monday Part 3. We're doing angling and aiming today with your host Dorjan.
And I am High Flyer 15.
In Part 1, we showed you the basics of angling, why you do it, the benefits and the drawbacks of doing it. In Part 2, we just showed you certain tactics you can use in town maps especially, or whenever you've got some cover. It's called side scraping, but we showed you the advantages and, again, disadvantages of doing such tactics. In Part 3, we're going to show you the wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle that butt.
So we're going to... What map should we pick for this?
Pick a small one, just so we're close to each other.
Inksk.
Yeah, if you like raining Grim, then it's very lovely. The weather, it's horrible. I don't like
Is it?
I nearly drowned.
It's reasonably cold. It's reasonably cold.
Nearly drowned. Oh, I got a parking ticket today.
What?
Yep.
What did you do, naughty boy?
I was parked 5 meters from a corner. It's 10. And yeah, it's because whenever I leave to bring my girlfriend to her job, while I'm gone, I think it's at least 10 people with cars coming to park right in front of our building, and they're not allowed to park there, but they do it anyway because the parking, I don't know what they're called, parking officers, the idiots don't know if they're allowed to be parked there or not, and we're not giving out any things to put in the window. Yeah, traffic wardens, and so they just come here, park, and then there's no spots left when I return, and I have to go to school like at 1, and it's 8 o'clock, so I have to like leave my car either a long way away or close, and then hope for nothing to happen. It's not like I did it on purpose, of course. I didn't know, but I've done it 1,000 times. I've lived here for a year, and this is my first one. So I think I'm going to
rage about the
contact them because it's not very. Ooh, wiggle, wiggle.
Oh, look, he ricocheted. Now, that was the first one. We weren't just pile into each other because that would be a very short episode. But if you saw there, I came around the corner, I started wiggling. It made his shot against my R2-D2 units incredibly difficult. Now, a KV-5 is renowned to be very easy to penetrate with its weak spots. But if you make the weak spots, there you go, the radio man always dies. But if you wiggle, you have a good chance that they will miss the weak spot if you do it in a reasonably good pattern, and you can try and make them miss. It's obviously not perfect.
Yeah.
If you do something that's more predictable, then they have a higher chance of actually hitting it. If you count their reload timers and you wiggle just as they fire, you can also increase your chance.
What?
So
right there.
Where did you penetrate?
I penetrated right under your gun.
Oh, okay. Well, the wiggling worked, but he penetrated anyway. My tank's too high.
Wiggle. I'm not even hitting your target.
I know, your gun's too powerful, clearly. You're using gold shots, noob. Oh man! Do you know what? I'm just gonna resign from this game.
Forget about the wiggle. Just sit perfectly still and let Dorjan attack you. Works like a charm.
Okay, angling armor and wiggling. I'm gonna try and make sure that this is as hard as possible, and I still get owned by the Lildeucedeuce. Oh, egg on my face. Okay, so it's not perfect.
No, but the weak spot is very big on the KV-5, and it is horizontal or vertical armor right behind it, so it's very tough to wiggle without showing any other weak spots, but it does work at sometimes it does.
Yes, especially against guns less penetrating than the Lildeucedeuce. If you're against lower tiers that have only one chance to penetrate you from the front, and that's the weak spots, it's imperative. Before I learnt the wiggle, I went from earning, I don't know, 200 silver credits, a battle, with the KV5 to earning over 1,000 per battle. Sorry, it is 1,000, yeah, per battle.
Try and take it again, and because this tank won't be able to penetrate behind the R2D2.
But can it penetrate the R2D2?
Yeah, no, behind the
tier 6.
The armor behind the R2D2.
Yeah, but can it penetrate the R2D2?
Yeah, it can.
It's tier 6.
People have told me, and I've bitched about it, but now I want to know. I should be able to actually, because it is a good gun. So
I meant 100,000. I was on about XP. Yeah, 100,000. I went up to 100,000. Average battle for me once I learned how to wiggle with the KV5 was 100,000 credits. Derpy head.
No.
Yeah, I went from earning like, I don't know, 10, 20 to straight up to 100,000 because I was able to get in close to the enemy, which makes the KV5 a lot stronger. The gun is a lot better when you're close to the enemy, and your weak spots are actually a lot harder to hit because the wiggling when you're at point blank in their face is actually even more effective. Every degree you move at that distance makes it even more effective. Yeah, that's totally dirt with the numbers there. Yeah, I only 1,000. You wanna copy my tactics? You get 1,000 credits.
At first I was kind of bad, and then I learned to play it, and then I earned like 1,000 credits. Watch out, we got a badass in here.
Oh man. Oh wow. Okay, we're gonna have an egg on Dorjan's face counter per episode. How many times can he say something stupid? I think it's up to 3 this episode.
That would be awesome, actually. We'll make Sulu make that.
Definitely.
I'm at
Bing!
Like, oh shit, my ping is like 400 right now.
Okay.
And
when
died.
it pass?
It died. Burp. Burp. Burp.
Rah, the KV5 turns up. Okay, I'm gonna drive straight at you without wiggling.
Just sit still, because right now the R2D2 is yellow. And okay, I penetrated. But everything else is yellow as well. Even the Cupola. Oh, it's green right there. But okay, try to wiggle, and I'll just try to fire at the same spot.
We've just dinged him.
Just dinged him behind the R2D2. Yep, I hit the R2D2, but because he wiggled as fast as he could, we just
dinged him.
Okay, I'll try play serious right now. Okay, seriously. Aha! Aha! Ding!
Yeah, this is my point. I don't think you can penetrate with that gun.
But you've lost HP, just so you know. And
yeah, I mean, reliably. If you hit the weak
spot. I just did, again, while you were sitting still.
Right, this is my demonstration of why you do it close range. If you do it close range, the enemy has a lot harder time hitting you because every motion you do is a lot harder to predict, and the motions. Oh, he's a med tank, so I'm going to track the bastard in a second.
I wiggled forward.
Yeah, that's another thing. In your med tanks, changing direction at the last second is also incredibly good.
Ouch. Ammo wrecked. Bastard. Yeah, what's your now that you're talking about it in the chat? What's your credits record? Gintota with his 137k. I think my biggest was, I think it was 139,000 credits with my Leuve.
I honestly don't remember. Credit-wise, I don't know. Interesting. Yeah.
Oh, and the ELC can do that to almost any tank. Sit right next to it, and most of them won't be able to lower their guns. I actually have a very nice replay of that. Should we watch that?
Yeah, we can watch that if you like. Oh, hold on. That's
yeah.
The ELC is the that would be about armor and angling, would it?
Yep.
Is it?
No. No.
No.
There's no armor. So
Okay,
let's just...
if you stay around for the after show, after questions, he'll show you that replay. But for now, I'm going to go in the IS3 and show you the wiggle with the IS3 versus something of the appropriate tier. We'll have a head-to-head fight and show.
Yep, I'll just take the Panda.
Sure.
It will shred the... I think. Maybe. Maybe. They want the ELC. Now!
They want the ELC. After. You be patient. After the show.
No.
I want it.
And
that
he asks if the competition is still on, and the competition is still on because nobody has done it. Well, there's one guy who did it, but he obviously didn't know that competition was on, and yeah, well...
I do it in every battle. It's awesome. Yep. ELCs are freaking nightmares for any big tanks. I love them. They're so much fun. Even if they're not... Sorry, I'll say that again in English. Even if they're not the most effective tank in the world, they're so much fun to troll a big tank over and over.
Yeah, and the big, the best part about it, I think, is the awesome mobility, and the acceleration and the top speed, and on steps, on encounter, I've stopped thinking about any other tactic than driving straight onto the middle of the field, in the middle of the map, just driving straight up to the enemy, scouting all of them, and then running away down at the road because the enemy can't hit me down there, and then returning once they're spread out, and then do a lot of damage, get a lot of XP and the scout medal. So it's a very, very good tank.
Apparently that's another +1 to the Dorjan said something stupid counter. Thanks, Behemoth.
Good, someone is keeping. You. As you see, I thought he was going to go right. He didn't. Sit. Oh, okay. I thought you were going to sit still, but you didn't. You're going to kill me already?
No.
No, just gonna toy with you.
I would have killed you by now if I was. I would have killed you by now because I've reloaded ages ago.
I know. Even though that's where you can penetrate and do damage, because he was angled, I didn't penetrate. I penetrated, but I didn't do any damage. And again, he turned the angle right towards me, right as I was about to fire. And that gave him the advantage of being able to bounce a shell. And again, spaced armor. So yeah, wiggling in even tanks that really don't need to wiggle that much. But if you know of a tank like the Panda is watching you, as you can see, even though Dorjan could kill me in 2 shots, I could have done a lot of damage to him. Maybe even kept him tracked, so he would have been killed by my teammates. So wiggling, even though you don't really need to, is very effective.
Yeah, the amount of shots he did on me, if he penetrated every single shot, I would have been dead ages ago. The reason I killed you, by the way, High Flyer, is that second shot was the second time you took out my driver. So there was no chance I was going to continue wiggling. That was the end of my wiggling with the driver dead. Okay, so with the wiggling shown and the side scraping and the angling and aiming, we're going to throw it to you guys, the watchers, the viewers, with any questions or any particular tank tactic or anything you've seen tonight that you're not particularly sure about. Come on, throw it at us.
There's no stupid questions. Give it to us.
Only stupid replies.
Yep.
We'll show the ELC after the questions, but I want at least a couple of questions. We're not going to go until a few people have. MX 12 ton. That's a good question.
That's a good question.
You will ask some questions there. Ask some legitimate questions.
When we've answered 5 questions, then we will think about showing the ELC. But we need some questions.
Yeah, there's no questions. But yeah, until then, we'll entertain you with many, many stories of trips to nowhere. Oh, that reminds me. Laughter from the top European team, Odin Mortis, has decided that he wants to do some professional insight with us. So hopefully on Thursday, if he's free, we'll have him on the show to go through some tactics, what goes through your mind as a professional player. Oh, do we have... Right, so from Iggy, he says, with armor-less tanks, as in lights, is angling worth it at all?
Well, yes. As you can see, the only tank... Let's take a small tank, because... While we're talking, because the thing about showing your side, even though it's a very, very small tank, you can fire and I'm just gonna take a 2-2. Do you have 2-2?
2-2s? Yeah, sure.
What is your credit?
I think the question is more aimed at scouts.
Yeah, but okay, let's scouts as well, but it's just the same armor. So, but
no, I mean scouts against reasonably bigger guns. Is
okay.
My point. Okay. What I'll do is I'll take a T-34. Okay, with the reasonably high penetrating gun. If you go for a EOC with no armor, everyone wants to see EOC, so let's give them what they want.
There we go.
Right. Now everyone knows the EOC is made of paper, right?
Yep.
And the T-34 is renowned to have the Ziz gun, so it has high penetration, rapid fire. So let's see what happens.
Yep. Yeah. But as I tried to say, the thing about shooting a tank that is a little bit angled, a mouse will bounce on a Panzerkampfwagen 4 if he shoots at the side of it. I did that during recording of a video that I showed. I was pretty amazed by the Panzerkampfwagen 4 surviving 3 mouse shots to the side, just because he's reverse sidescraping.
We went through that, but I will answer that question afterwards. Let's focus on this question, and we'll answer it afterwards.
Yeah. So any angle is angling any tank will make the angle of how the shell comes into the comes into the tank and bounces off. The shell has to hit either directly or just at a very low angle. You just can't penetrate on. Where are you going?
Let's swap positions. Get behind the wall.
Okay, so we're gonna do that again.
I want to see if it works for the ELC. Right, you got the lightest of light tanks. He's going to go and bait me to take a shot. I think I'm going to penetrate. Nope.
Didn't. They did.
There you go. Yeah, I'm penetrating. That's easy.
But I'm also not very angled.
Yeah, I would say that's
was
not good.
I was turned up, so...
What I'll say is the answer is no for light tanks for angling, but wiggling is definitely what you need to do. Because if you manage to make them hit your tracks, you've got 0 damage. So, high flyer, wiggle for me, baby.
Okay. Maybe I should catch some speed, but it's pretty tough with these stupid cars.
Right, run away and wiggle. There you go, track. Too much. High fly, that was a bad example. Naughty boy. Okay, I'm going to answer this question a bit better. It's not about being tracked and you're doomed, but if you go around a corner, for example, because you shouldn't be in the open anyway as a light tank, generally speaking, if you get hit in the track, you can actually skid round the corner and get yourself to safety. I've done it many times where you offer the tracks. Also, offering your track on a high reload tank like a T29 or an IS-3, they hit your track, you can use your repair kit and get away. So I would say definitely use tactics, but angling, as we just proved, with a light tank is pointless. Unless you get other light tanks, of course.
Yes.
Right, the other question, as Silvio, who just said he started to watch, and we mentioned side-scraping, but what about reverse side-scraping? Is it a good idea to do this while you're fighting? And is it pretty much the only way an IS-3 can side-scrape? By reverse side-scraping, do you mean when you drive out with your turret at the back? So you drive out,
Let's try and do that, actually. Just because.
Okay.
But it's a good idea. Just because. But it is a very good idea, actually, because you can get a shot off a lot easier. But again,
let's see the results. Let's not make any predictions. Let's see the results straight away. So if I go for the IS-3, we'll change the map to Himmelsdorf again, because it'd just be faster to get to each other.
Yeah.
Start. Okay, so what we're going to do is try the reverse side scrape when you go out with your turret looking at the enemy. Now, this has many flaws at the same time as many strengths. The strength is you get to shoot earlier, and if you get tracked in the open, you can still shoot. The disadvantage is you have a whole turret that can be shot. Now, if you have weak spots on the turret, like the joining plate between the turret and the joining ring, if someone hits you there, you're going to get penetrated. You're also showing often other components that can be penetrated. So.
Yeah, just to mention it, M42 Duster says that the mouse can do backwards side scraping very good. So can the AUS B. And I haven't played that tank in a while, and this tactic would really make the game with that tank a lot more fun, actually. So any tank where the turret is a lot further back than any other regular tank will really benefit from this. Unless you show your turret, of course.
Right.
Too much.
So what we'll do is you'll shoot at me and I'll do the side scraping on the basis that he asked about the IS-3. So I will do the side scraping with the IS-3. Now, first of all, the traditional way of going out with your bum first. We showed this earlier and proved that it's a very viable tactic, especially with the IS-3. The reversing out, although it is known to be a weak spot, actually works in the favor against most players, because most people, hold on, I'm in the open too much here.
And I'm not very good placed.
Okay, can you see me? I'll fire to reveal.
I can. Just need to get in a better position. Yeah, you need to angle yourself towards me. Yeah, there we go. I think that's a bit too much.
Hold on.
Penetrated.
I didn't realize you were coming from that side. You were un-eyed from me. Okay, so now I know where he is, and I'm going to start reversing out and baiting him to take his shot. I haven't got vision on him, so I don't actually know where he is.
Okay, I'll show you. Because right now I can't even... If I go out...
okay, yeah, I see you.
Yeah.
Okay. So...
Like that, yeah.
Let's tuck myself in, and... Right, now I know the angle of attack.
You can't do that in an actual battle. Get you this time. Oh wait, I didn't.
Oh no, he only immobilized me. Now, a big mistake here is when you're prepared to reverse out to try and take your shot, he will reload before you get that shot off. You will take a direct hit. Wait for your next shot, then go for the shot. So as you can see here, the tactic is absolutely viable in the usual sense.
Yep.
Right, now let's try the other way round. Now this way has loads of potential problems, but for one, your brain is in reverse, and you're going to hit reverse when you want to hit forward, and all this sort of problems that happen when you do this sort of stuff. But you're also revealing a different part of your tank that has different weaknesses. So if we go out here, can you see me yet?
Yep, I bounced at that type of angle, but let's see if I can... Yep, I penetrated the...
I was out too far, I couldn't see you again.
Yeah, but still, you showed the exact same portion of the tank as earlier, and right now turn right, maybe? Can you see me?
No.
Okay, I'm just going to reveal myself, because in an actual battle you're going to have eyes all over the battlefield, so you will be able to see the enemy a lot more because
You would only do this against a target you definitely know their angle, and I'm being very nubbish by not knowing his angle. You should definitely, if you're going to use this tactic, master remembering where the enemy is. Okay, so I'm at the right angle now. And there you go. Again, not, but I still have to drive out, you see? So you get all the disadvantage of having to pay attention to your forward and reverse being reversed. But you also have your turret revealed, which is means that an artillery unit can probably hit you a bit easier because you're higher. I prefer going out engine first, honestly.
Yeah, reverse is just a lot more reliable because you don't forget how to press S and then shoot and then double W to get forward again. Reversing out as I've said in some of the other videos, as like with a Cunningham, because the turret is on the back, that's only to get the advantage of the thing that the IS-3 has, which is a turret which is a little bit more forward on the chassis, and you kind of lose the you lose the slopeness of the front of the IS if anyone else other than the tank that you're firing at is firing at you at the same time. So reversing out, I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, I prefer the IS angling coming out reverse first myself. Apparently we've had some lag issues. Is everything okay at the moment, guys? We'll probably look at adjusting the quality of stream so that people with less bandwidth can handle it, because we've had quite a few reports now that people are like, it's too good. The stream is too good. Yes, the IS-4 is perfect for it. Absolutely. Banana. It's a banana. We're fine. It's banana.
Should we? It won't take a second. You can just press start, and we can just show the hold down just quick. Maybe, I don't know.
What do you want to say?
Is Andric Drake just ask if you could explain the hold down tactic, which is basically
hold down. Okay, yeah, sure. Hold down. The T-34 is perfect to do that with. So, hold down. Highflyer, explain hold down.
Hold down is when you hide your hull, and the hull is the lower part of your tank. You have a turret and you have a hull, or a chassis, as some call it, as it is called. But going hull down means that you hide your hull and only reveal your turret. And that way you will have all the advantages of not being of not having to hide your major weak spots, which is the hull, because the turret on almost all tanks is always the most armored part of any tank. So I'm just going to drive out here with the perfect cover for hull down positions, but even though the hull down position is very great, most people know where the good hull down positions are, and either they avoid them because they know the American tanks highly likely will go there, or they just don't care about it like me, because actually I'm not a very big fan of going hull down in spots like these, where the windows are blown out of stuff, and right now the audience shouldn't be able to hit my hull because, well, I'm only looking out with my turret right now. I can't really see anything because anyways, whoa, that was a little bit too far. Anyways, as you can see, the cover is hiding my lower part of the tank, and that is the only. Okay, how did you penetrate that?
Cupola.
Yeah, but then again, no, because you hit the top of my tank and then it scraped along and hit the cupola. That's a little bit weird, but it happens. Sometimes it goes all along the top of the turret. But as you can see, there is weak spots with this tactic, and that is the huge cupola on top of almost any big tanks apart from the IS series, which doesn't really have any cupolas. So, well, you can't. Oh, I'll just do that instead.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
That's how you do that. Hold down.
Yeah.
Take your time. Aim for the, the Amarak.
Aim for the Amarak and just one shot. That's how you win. Forget hold down. Just Amarak them every time. It's GG. So yeah, basically with the hold down, I'll throw my 2 cents into it. I was not hold down as he hit me in the Amarak, which was just below the turret. The T-34 and the American tanks going hold down makes them often weak to artillery because they're in a position that is covering the lower hull, but their turret's still easy to hit. Now, it helps them in a frontal engagement, and you should definitely use it to advantage. You can also go hold down on hills. So you drive over to the top of the hill and look down. And that means the hill itself is covering your hull, and only your top of your turret is looking down upon the opponent, so they can only got the turret to see. So go and hold down is also used on hills, which is one of the biggest advantages on American tanks.
Yep. That's why
Yes.
I love them.
So yeah, I think that was enough questions. Is there any ones that we missed? I'm going to go up. Banana. If you shoot the tip of the track, sometimes the tank gets damaged, other times not. Why? Did you hear that, Highflyer?
Which one? Sorry?
Right. If you shoot the tip of the tracks, sometimes the tank gets damaged, other times, with penetration, not. Why? With Andre.
Well, from the front, I don't have any experience damaging the track and the tank. But if the tank is a little bit turned, then you're able to hit the I don't know what it's called, axle, the axle that the tracks are placed on, and that part of the tank will be able to take damage no matter where you hit it. But of course, not if you hit the tracks straight on. And yeah, I showed that in my situational awareness tracking video, where I tracked 2 tanks and killed them from almost full HP to a kill. Yeah, let's add that to a +1. Shit, that Dojin says. Because I was a little bit, I didn't know what you were saying until you talked about gun depression. Covering your hole.
Hull. I know. I kept mispronouncing it. I don't know why. It was just like hull. Add +2 to my retarded things that Dojin said today. Anyway, I think we're at the end of the night, and everyone wants to see the EOC game after the show. So we'll do the ending credits and advertise on next night, and then we will go ahead and show the EOC game. Hull. Gonna hull down. You protect your hull. Anyway, so today we were Newbie Monday, and we were looking at angling and aiming. So you angle your armor to get the best out of the protection of your tank, aiming, where to aim, and when not to fall for the tips and tricks that some people do. Tomorrow will be company battles, and that's every Tuesday. And for whatever reason, we have GMT on this one, but it's 2100 Central European time. So basically the same time today was 2 hours. Well, an hour and a half ago from now. Anything else, Highflyer?
Not really. Apart from if you haven't signed up, then there's still room for the last company battles. I think. Let's just check. I'm just gonna throw the sign up into the chat so they know where to sign up if they haven't already. If they haven't already, shame on you. And
Indeed.
if you missed it, then come and join us anyways, because it will be fun. And
yeah, if there's any spare spaces, you guys can join in. We fill any spaces with viewers, so you can watch, join in, and when it's not your turn, you can watch and join in anyways. It's win-win for everybody.
yeah.
So I've been Dojin.
I am Highfly15.
This is Riveting TV. Today was Newbie Night. Tomorrow's company battles, and we'll see you tomorrow.
See you.